Remember, O man, that you are dust, and to dust you will return. From year to year, one knows that giving of the ashes will be the last time for some who receive it, and that the body will actually start to decay once the last breath has left it. The soul has this particularity that it can live without the body, of which it is the life principle. At the last day, of course, they will be reunited in a way that we cannot quite imagine, but it will happen. In the meantime, the soul receives good or bad in those corresponding faculties which have done good or bad. The medicine of the sacred season that begins on this day is there, it seems, actually from apostolic times. For Easter, being the centre of the Christian year, demands a serious preparation, as does the great Easter of our existence. For if we do not rise again, we have not made it, and our soul's journey has been a failure. Now it is fashionable to belittle the Christian experience, although it is fashionable to have some kind of other spiritual experience, in which man, of course, is in control. But man, left to himself, can meditate at length on what is in his own self, and find not God at all, but the emptiness that he bears without him. Having said that, we can learn from those human beings across the planet, of whatever faith they may be, who do actually have discipline of the body and do train themselves to a certain kind of interiority. Lent is a time precisely to calm down. Slow down, you're moving too fast, sang Simon and Garfunkel. We need to make the morning last, and that can be done by putting the brakes on and having strong periods of interiority in which we look after ourselves and meet not ourselves, but Jesus Christ, our King, who cannot get through to his creatures anymore in the civilized world because of the hyped up mode in which they are living. The immediacy in our communications does not help. The slow mode of going inwards without interruption. And so it would be a good discipline in Lent to take up the spiritual arms. A certain emptiness does help to calm the body down, and absence of activities that are of a noisy sort also do. But man does not live by bread alone, and we need to have a certain fasting with regard to what is filling up our soul as well as our body. We can have fasting of an efficacious kind by abstaining from immediacy of contact with the outside of our soul, by many modern means which are encroaching on our intimacy with Him, for His is a delicate voice, and He cannot compete with these upraised voices of the world that we have created. And man in the last 20 years has become totally controlled by what actually he invented to help him. He is not in control anymore. He is the servant of his own tools. And Lent would be a time to realize that seriously. To go into the desert and have long times of looking and listening and waiting for a word from another source. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.